Hi, everyone. What a great night for some hoops. With a little more on the line, it's the NBA Cup, and it's in full swing. With Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. And we also want to welcome in our 2K insider, Shams Charania. Thanks for taking time to join us, Shams.
BA, are you kidding me? I wouldn't miss this. My guy RJ is in the house.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, big fella.
You guys have got the best seats in the house. I'm just glad I can occupy it for at least a second here.
Man, we'll stay in this seat as long as you would like.
Ooh, we got the best seats. Shams has the best intel. We're covered.
Let's go.
And it's still early in the season, but it's always a good time to check out some power rankings. A lot could change before playoff time.
Seeing where Houston is, they're in the lower end of the rankings and headed down. Not the position you want to find yourself in. Now we'll see if they can stabilize in the coming games.
So the Houston starting five. Katie and Smith, the lengthy duo at forward. Thompson out there with Aaron Holiday. And it's Şengün in at the 5. And for Seattle, Collier is out there with Max Christie. And it's Wolf in at the 3 slot. And Shams, the Rockets had been content to build around their young core. What changed, though, to make the KD trade appealing?
For one, the price. They really didn't have to give up much of their valued core to get KD, and he gives them that scoring punch they so desperately needed. And this is a Rockets team that's focusing more on trying to win a championship this season.
Hey, maybe more importantly, KD seems like he wants to be there.
He wants to be there. He wants to retire a Houston Rocket.
Left side Durant. And he buries his first look.
The control KD has from any spot on the floor, that's what makes him different.
Here's Collier. Pass to Wolf. Seattle move the ball around. Thompson with a steal. For 3. Durant, no good. Here's Collier. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And that one drops for him.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And here's Houston. Durant, pass to Şengün. Outside Durant. The 3 is up. Pure from 3-point range. Durant's got 5.
And Durant focuses on taking high percentage threes, which is why he's so efficient from there.
Christie against Holiday. To the wing, right side. Pass to Collier. Shot clock at 5. Over Thompson. Collier, no good.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
And it's Thompson that time on the assist from Durant.
Right now, they're humming along. 3 of 4 to start this game.
Here's Collier. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Wolf, guarded by Durant. Seattle needs to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Houston leading by 3. Well, we know about three-pointers, but rim threats provide that counterbalance too, Shams.
No doubt. Protecting the rim, playing defense, and playing with verticality, that's very, very important. And we saw a lot of draft picks going to mobile, athletic big men, guys who can protect and punish the rim while also being able to move their feet. You need to have a defensive presence down low.
There's so much ground to cover defensively in the NBA now. First one falls.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Both free throws good from Thompson. And Seattle calls time here.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
Glance at the league's most aggressive defensive teams from last year.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
And it's Seattle with the ball, trailing by 5. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
They had a tough time beyond the arc. A lot of their possessions ended in missed threes.
They were bricking, they were missing, they were airbomb, they were doing everything. Brutal night shooting for them when they couldn't even hit the broadside of the bar. They couldn't hit the ocean if they fell out of a boat.
Now here's Holiday. Pass to Smith. Thompson outside. Three-pointer, Holiday. From behind the arc. Seattle pulls it in. They're getting their first look of the season at the Rockets in this one.
And they'll meet 3 times overall. A little bit of a tone setter here tonight.
Whoever wins here immediately gets the edge in the season series, so I expect to see both teams with intensity.
Shams, with so many entertainment options out there, Commissioner Silver has said the league cannot be complacent.
Boy, is there ever. I mean, you think about the new TV deals, you think about the rise of social media. We're seeing so much innovation in this world, just in general, across all sports, and the NBA is no different. Certainly, the league office has been very proactive, looking to improve this product at every turn, and a lot of this is around social media, and around the internet, and around their young consumers and young fans.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Here's Collier. Pass to Christie. Seattle move the ball around. To the middle. Şengün with a steal. Inside. Smith passes to Durant. Unable to get that one. Seattle trails by 5. Here's Wolf. No made baskets yet. Pass to Christie. They set the screen. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Collier. Defended by Thompson. Christie. Off the mark there with a 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Şengün, the screen. Here's Durant. Şengün finds Smith. And here's Durant. Tries yet again. Christie with a rebound.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Here's Collier. Shoots over Durant. And again, it's Seattle missing. Pass to Smith. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
Yeah, so smart to go to a shooter to finish the fast break. And coach has to like seeing Smith hustle to complete the play.
Here's Collier. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
They still need this. And he lays it up and in. Collier's got his second basket of the night.
What I want to know is, where is the rim protection? That was just too easy.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Leading by 5. Pass to Şengün. Back to Thompson. Shoots over Collier. Nails the baby hook. Thompson's got 8 points. And Shams, over the last 7 seasons, a different champion every year. The league's as wide open as it has ever been.
BA, remember also, through the NBA's first 51 seasons, the Lakers and the Celtics won more than half of the NBA titles. So this is a conscious effort to engage fans league-wide and create an opportunity for everyone to compete evenly every single year.
Yeah, not just a big market league anymore.
Yeah, what an athlete Smith is. Excellent at rising up to punch it home.
Seattle trails by 9. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with the head coach for Seattle. I wanted to know what he had in store for Kevin Durant. He said, we have some plans, coach said with a smile, but mostly it's about effort. We have to outwork him at all times. If we give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. So coach is asking for his guys to go all out and try to slow KD down tonight. Back over to you, Brian.
Okay, thanks, Allie. For Houston, they've gotten 7 of 13 shots to drop. Now Thompson. Give him 8 points now. To the inside. It's stolen. Here's Collier. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Rockets lead by 7. Outside Durant. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Hey, look, sometimes you just got to let the big man work. Şengün doing it in style.
Seattle has gone 0 for 2 from outside. And Seattle calls time here. Making some changes. Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. Eason comes in for Smith. And it's Shepard in for Holiday. And it's Seattle with the ball. 9-point game. Diawara passes to Paul. Here's Diawara. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Takes a 13-footer. Misses off the right iron.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Shams, I know you've had discussions with Commissioner Adam Silver about the league possibly expanding into Europe. Where does that stand?
Well, it's fluid, BA, and Commissioner Adam Silver and other league officials have been very clear to me. It's a process that's going to be measured in years, not necessarily months. There's definitely a sense they want to better serve those fans in Europe, start their own league out there that's NBA affiliated. That's something the NBA is much more further along in exploring in the days, weeks, and months ahead, as opposed to expansion immediately.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break has been a big part of their success.
And he can't get the first one. Finney Smith checked in for the Rockets. Okogie comes in for Thompson. And he's good on the second. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for the Supersonics. Trailing by 10. Drives to the hoop. The kick out to Milton. Here's Diawara. He's marked by Finney Smith. Diawara passes to Milton. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Diawara. Yes! And it's Paul with the assist that time.
The basketball genius of Paul in action, finding those chances to set his guys up.
Pass to Adams. Now Easton. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Shepard.
Let's just say they were on the same page there. I'm sure he was expecting that pass.
Davis, he's checked in for Okogie. Seattle trails by 8. And here's Paul. And in that game with Sacramento, he did not play well. It's rebounded by Houston. They're coming off that loss against Denver.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
It seemed like any time they strung together a few baskets, they just went ice cold so quickly.
Now here's Adams.
2 minutes remaining.
Got a hand on it.
2 minutes.
Adams covering. Driving in. Pass to Milton. The kick out to Paul. Goes up from the top of the key. That shot off.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Here's Davis. Now here's Easton. Outside Finney Smith. And here's Shepard for 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
3 points.
Shepard is good at measuring the defense. He knows his passes are coming his way if he has space to shoot.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Adams with a screen on Paul to the paint. Oh, got a piece of it. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. Seattle shooting their first free throw of the night. Seattle making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And a change for the Rockets. Şengün's checked in.
What's up?
Two-for-one opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
Pass to Shepard. And here's Şengün. Clock at 6. Here's Shepard. He's guarded by Paul. And it's Shepard missing. Now Johnson. Outside Paul. From outside the arc. The shot off that time. And so it's Houston finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Houston's performance here. Guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
We've got Shake Milton, also Johnson out there, and it's Edwards in at the power forward position. And for Houston, Alperon Şengün out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Shepard, then it's Steven Adams, and it's Eason in at the shooting guard position. It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes a first. And Shams, we're seeing a transition in regional media, the RSN, the Regional Sports Network, with cord-cutting impacting revenues.
Yeah, local RSNs is a big part of the NBA, and the availability of local team broadcasts via streaming is certainly skyrocketing. Every team, Utah, Phoenix, has their own flair to this, and it definitely has the potential to unlock an even larger viewership. The national broadcast is big, guys, especially here at 2K TV, but the local audience is very much an important part of the NBA ecosystem.
They've got Johnson. He's out there with Shake Milton. And it's Djorcic in at the small forward position. And it's Shepard missing.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
And for Houston, we've got Steven Adams. Tari Eason is out there with Shepard. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Şengün in at the 4 spot. Seattle trails by 6. Pass to Milton. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Fires in the triple. 5 points in the game.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
And the Rockets shooting at 45% of the game so far. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, BA. The Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Brian?
They are bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. Now here's Şengün. Coming off a 22-point game against Denver. 4 on the clock. Houston needs to get off a shot. Offline with a 3.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Outside Milton. Pass to Johnson. From downtown, Eason with some nice D. Houston leading by 3. To in the cold spell. It's Eason with the jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Edwards. And the sense was the back half of this year's draft was a little thinner than normal. Why was that, Sean?
It's because the money is getting bigger and bigger in college basketball. And a lot of those potential late first or second round picks can just simply make more money in college than go to the NBA. So as these new rules start to regulate and the revenues potentially get shared more across the schools, potentially it normalizes a little bit. But these players in college are able to make essentially the NBA minimum, if not higher the NBA minimum, even as second round potential picks.
Good point. Here's Shepard. In his last outing, he had 11 points. It's rebounded by Dorsic.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Now here's Johnson. He's scoreless. That's good from Eason on the assist by Shepard. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And Seattle calls time here. Houston making a change here. Durant's checked in. And right here, the 2K leaderboard shows us which teams made the most of their second chance opportunities last year. Number 1, Houston.
And it was just great watching them be so assertive on the offensive glass. This is a team that trusted in their ability to keep possessions alive last season.
Now here's MP. And stolen by Durant. A strong finish from KD inside.
Teams have always tried to be physical with KD in the paint. Tried being the key word.
Now here's MP. And Shams, a favorite topic in the NBA rumor mill is league expansion. What have you heard, my friend?
Well, BA, I still think we're a little bit ways away. The NBA and the Board of Governors continue to evaluate the potential for expansion franchises in the NBA. They have not made any firm decisions yet, I'm told, but this is something the NBA is continuing to find numbers, to evaluate the pros and the cons, potentially adding 1 or 2 more teams to the NBA.
And maybe we think about that inside the U.S., but it could go global as well.
Seattle, Las Vegas, Mexico City are really the 3 cities at the forefront of these conversations.
Here's MP. The Rockets getting their last shot to go. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Seattle shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Amen Thompson's checked in for Houston.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Houston leading by 5. Here's Shepard. Pass to Durant. Outside Eason. Let's go with a 3. Seattle pulls it in. MP looking around. Here's Wolf. Here's Jovic. Still without a bucket. 4 on the clock. Seattle move the ball around. That shot is off. Good D by Şengün. Houston has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Here's Thompson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
The sheer size of Thompson makes it difficult for defenders to match up well against him.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. First free throw is good. Smith, he's checked in for Eason. Both free throws good from Thompson. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for Seattle. 7-point differential. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
I've been watching this game a long time, and there is absolutely nothing that Paul can't do on the basketball court. He really does have the whole package.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Holiday is checked in. Ball hits them both.
Well, when you send them to the line, you know what the outcome is likely to be.
Durant with it. Last game out, he had 38 points. Thompson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
He's had 4 chances at the line. He's made them all. Seattle making a switch here. That free throw is good from Thompson.
0 wasted trips. They're doing their job at the line.
MP outside. On the wing, Christie. Pass to Shumshay. Here's Lee. Out to the right wing. Here's Diawara. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Durant, pass to Smith. Yeah, that one's good. Smith's got 6.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Here's MP. Pass to Collier. Thompson with a steal. Here's Holiday. Durant for 3. That one falls. Nice speed that time from Holiday. 12 points for him.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Seattle trails by 13. And there's the screen. Here's Collier. And again, unable to change momentum here.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they are trailing in this ball game.
Smith no good.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Pass to Collier. MP outside. Now Christie. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. And again, it's Seattle missing. Houston leading by 13. Outside Durant. Thompson, a screen on Christie. Out to Thompson. Hey, expanding his range. Another 3 from Houston.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Collier. Looking to get it going. And it's good on the layup. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Substitution on the court.
And so Thompson will bring it up for the Rockets. Smith outside. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
To the left side wing. Here's Diawara, covered by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Collier. And out of bounds. The Rockets will take it. Johnson, he's checked in for Seattle.
Number 4, A.J. Johnson.
Here's Thompson. A 17-point lead, their biggest. Now Capella, guarded by Edwards. Back to Thompson. Banked it in off the glass. 18 points for Amen Thompson.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Johnson against Durant. Johnson passes to Christie. Seattle move the ball around. 6 to shoot. They set the pick. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
The Rockets lead by 17.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Thompson passes to Capella. Back to Thompson. Tipped. Christie with a steal. On the break. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Hustle plays like that are crucial right now. You have to convert on every turnover you get.
Now Thompson. He's got 18. Smith outside. Back to Thompson. Pass to Capella. Now here's Durant. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Johnson. Edwards pulls it in. All right, Chums, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, B.A. Thank you.
Well, that was fun having Shams sit in with us. I'll tell you what, if you're looking for the inside scoop, he's the guy.
So true. He's got his finger on the pulse of this entire league. If something's going down, you can count on him letting everybody know about it. He didn't have his feet planted.
Milton's checked in for Collier.
Into the line for Seattle. Number 20, Shake Milton.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Capella, screen on Milton, down low, and stolen by Edwards. Pass to Milton. Now Edwards. Capella with a block.
A quality defender, Capella uses his size and reach to erase shots.
The shot by Johnson, no good. The Rockets lead by 15. KD gets a step. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
After failing to get going in the first quarter, he's looked much better here in the second.
Outside Johnson. Shoots over Durant. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's Houston leading by 17. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
KD, you're really getting up and down the floor out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details. And we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we're playing together. Everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we playing like that. So we got to continue to do that.
Well, the discipline is paying off. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Well, I think for Houston, they're letting the losses stack up. It can dim your confidence. They need to make some changes, maybe in their lineup, maybe shot selection, something.
And let's move on now to those first two quarters. Talk about a tough start for Seattle.
When your offense is too predictable, that allows other teams to anticipate and turn you over.
I agree with that in principle, Shaq. But even when they have tried to do different things, they've given the ball away.
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Well, you got to like what we're seeing from Amin Thompson.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Grant, you were a Hall of Fame small forward, so you know a bit about the position. What's key in excelling at the three?
Well, B.A., you have to be able to space the floor. We almost never see a 3 or even 4 who can't make threes. And on the other end, lots of times you're matched up with quick guards.
Max Christie is out there with Collier. And it's Jovic in at the 4. And for Houston, inside Smith and Şengün. Thompson out there with Aaron Holiday. And it's Durant in at the 3, small forward.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And Houston has possession, following the bucket by Seattle. Outside Holiday. Şengün, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Count it. Şengün's got his second basket of the game.
Set him up, and Şengün executed the pick and roll to perfection.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Pass to Christie. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Christie's got 7.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
Houston leading by 14. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Kevin Durant, as effortless as a scorer as this league has ever seen. He said, I'm not really flashy with how I play anymore. I just try to look for the best shot and be simple and easy with my game. Fly under the radar a bit. After every shot, I just run down the court and get back on defense. Back to you, Brian.
All right, thank you, Allie. Here's Collier. He has 6. Christie passes it to Wolf. Here's Jovic. That shot missing. Good D by Şengün.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Back to Durant. The 3 from Thompson. That's no good. Shooting 6 for 8 now.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
Nifty move. And they get it back.
It's good to see Şengün come up with that swat. When he's engaged, he can be an impactful rim protector.
Here's Collier. Thompson with some nice D. Houston leading by 14. Talking about Alperen Şengün for a moment. What are some things that stand out about him to you, RJ?
I would say his passing for sure. He's very Jokic-esque with some of the dimes that he drops. And we've seen him accept a bigger role on the scoring side also.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Rockets. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Controls the rebound and the putback. 6 points for him.
Paying attention out there. Şengün able to insert himself and save that play.
And Seattle calls time here. And you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. He throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
pause in the action. Here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. The Rockets, number 1.
Last year, this was a team that owned the paint. They were so committed to rebounding, and that's a stat you love to lead the league in.
Here's Collier. He has 6. Pass to Wolf. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Seattle move the ball around. Here's Jovic. And they turn it over. The shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Well, a multi-sport survey showed that among respondents, the average age of referees in the U.S. was almost 57. Is that a concern, you think?
Well, we've seen that in the NBA. Older officials retiring and becoming teachers, and the younger generation coming in, still cutting their teeth. Ultimately, they've got to continue to learn and build, and that takes time.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Outside Durant. 4-3. Christie with a rebound. Seattle trails by 16. It's hauled in by Houston. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Holiday. No points so far. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
I mean, the motor this kid has is unmatched. Smith goes up with a purpose.
The Supersonics have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Pass to Wolf. Christie up top. Here's Collier. Shot clock at 6. The 3 is up. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now Durant. Inside. Here's Thompson. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Durant's got 6 assists here tonight.
He is getting everything he wants. The defense is seemingly powerless to slow him down. It's sad.
Here's Collier. He has 6. To get back on track. And the layup is good. He's got 9.
Got it in close. And unless it's an open 3, that's the key to efficient offense.
Houston leading by 18. Thompson outside. Back to Durant. It's hauled in by Wolf.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Here's Collier. Puts the move on. And he takes it up and lays it in. Collier's got 8.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Here's Durant. Drilled from 11 feet out. 16 points for Durant.
And sometimes you just assume ahead of time Durant's mid-range J is going in. Downright lethal.
Seattle trails by 18. Pass to Collier. Right wing. The 3 is up. Gets the 3 to fall. Jovic has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
That doesn't go either for Durant.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you've got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Collier, no good.
More than a few bad breaks for him this quarter. He's struggling, and the team is following suit on the scoreboard.
And probably one of the least favored opponents to take on around the league, the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, they're so well coached. They're physical. They're aggressive defensively. They're monsters on that glass. They'll take something out of him.
Here's Collier. Give him 8. No good from outside. Smith finds Thompson. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
Personal foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Houston.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Eason comes in for Smith, and it's Shepard in for Holiday. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Seattle. They trail by 18. Pass to Jorsic. Clock at 6. They set the pick. Here's Milton into the lane. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Eason, pass to Durant. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
I love the confidence that Durant plays with. The closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
Seattle has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Pass to Edwards. Now here's MP, defended by Thompson. And here's Milton. 6 on the shot clock. Over Durant. Milton, no good.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
Shot's good by Thompson.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Here's MP. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Pass to Jorsic. Back to Lee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. And the layup good by Milton. Milton's gotten his first bucket of the night. The Rockets lead by 20. Here's Shepard. And Durant with the big finish.
KD has such a tight handle, especially at his size. The man's a future Hall of Famer.
Well, the Supersonics are shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. There's a screen. Şengün with a steal. Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Şengün. Here's Shepard. Takes a 3. Counted from distance. Shepard's got his second bucket on the night.
Well, this is Shepard's shot. The defense can't afford to give him this much separation.
We look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's foul number 2 for him. So both teams making some changes here. Outside Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Finney-Smith pulls it in.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Pass to Shepard. Eason against Milton. From 18 feet away. Eason can't get it to go. Seattle has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Now here's Johnson. Shot on the wing. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 4 rebounds in the game. Okogie into the lane. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Seattle shooting just about 33% since this second half started. Cuts off the pass. Pass to Eason. Here's Shepard. Back to Eason. Adams with a screen on Edwards. Eason with room. And another basket for Houston.
Despite his relatively quiet night, they are still winning, and that just shows this team is more than just about one guy.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. He can't hit that time. And so it's Houston in total control. Up by 29 going into the break. Really mucking it up on defense. Active hands, multiple efforts, forcing turnovers. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Chris Paul out there with Shake Milton, and it's Jovic in at the power forward position. To the middle, and it's stolen by Finney-Smith. And here they come. Here's Shepard, and he goes in for the dunk.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Paul, after the Rockets picked up a basket a moment ago. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Greg?
Well, you know, PA, winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days.
And it's Adams missing.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Outside Paul. Here's Jovic. From deep. Inside. Milton passes to Jovic. Rockets with a rebound. Şengün's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Milton with a steal. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pass to Paul. Here's Wolf. Here's Jovic. Connects from downtown.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Houston shooting it at 52%. Here's Shepard. Here's Şengün. And the layup is good off the glass. 8 points for Alperen Şengün.
And that's where Şengün does the majority of his scoring. I mean, he's a problem down low.
And so Paul will bring it up for Seattle. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Şengün with a steal. Here's Eason. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
And they tell players your career is short. Maximize your earnings. But sometimes guys take less, Grant.
And, you know, different things go into that. Winning, comfort, and in some cases, you're talking legacy, you know, for those rare players who've been with one team their whole career.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Finney-Smith. And here's Şengün. Houston working the ball around. Here's Eason. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Seattle ball.
Here's what Seattle has lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Monday, they'll be taking on Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets.
And looking at the Timberwolves matchup, it's going to be their 7th outing on the year. You feel the team will continue to round into form.
Seattle making a switch here. Christie's checked in. Okogie's checked in for the Rockets. Pass to Christie. To the paint. The kick out to Paul. Clock at 4. Knocks down the triple.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Here's Eason. To the inside. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here's Jovic. Pass to Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to the right wing. Fader on the way. It's hauled in by Houston.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Okogie, the pass to Şengün. Here's Eason. Rebounded by Jovic. Jovic has got 4 rebounds now. Paul looking over the floor. Pass to Christie. And it's going to be a 3-second call. All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting 5.
And, I think I'll go with 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008.
Collier, he's checked in for Seattle.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Here's Collier. Pass to Wolf. Now here's Christie. 6 to shoot. From behind the arc. The Rockets pull it in. Adams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's Tate. Here's Shepard. Pass to Eason. Here's Shepard. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Wolf.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Here's Jovic. Adams covering. They set a pick. For 3, Collier. And it's going to be out of bounds. Seattle will have another go. Houston making some changes. Green's checked in for Alperen Şengün. And Okogie is subbed in for Tate. And it's Seattle with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Houston has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Adams. Outside Eason. Adams a screen. Down low. It's tipped. Eason finds Green. Just 4 to shoot. Fires from deep. Christie with a rebound. Seattle has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Here's Wolf. Adams grabs the miss.
When it goes in, it looks pretty. When it doesn't, you question the shot difficulty.
Pass to Eason. Here's Okogie. Here's the 3. The Rockets with another miss.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space. Here's
Collier. And so the NBA draft is now 2 days. How much of a difference do you think that makes, Grant?
You know, I think it shows the increasing importance of second-round picks. With teams up against the cap, they need that cheap depth. And also, it's an opportunity to get TV viewers over 2 days rather than just one.
Capella, he's checked in for Adams. Here's Okogie. Pass to Shepard. To the inside. Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
When they time that play right, Capella is a good man to have on the end of it. He's a strong finisher when he rolls off the screen.
Seattle shooting 27% here in the fourth. Here's Collier. To the middle. Here's Jovic. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
The Rockets have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Outside Eason. Screen by Capella. And it's Eason penetrating. And it's Capella with the jam.
Another dunk in the career of Clint Capella, and he's got a lot of them.
Seattle on offense. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Wolf. Here's Collier. 5 on the clock. Here's Wolf. Defended by Eason. Three-pointer off the mark.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Here's Wolf. Pass to Collier. You know, one of the ideas that's been thrown around for the All-Star festivities, a one-on-one tournament with $1 million prize on the line, RJ.
That is amazing when you think about that number, but players are making $75, $80 million a season. Ultimately, that's got to come from within, the want to compete against the best on the biggest stage.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Oh, man, exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play. Well, the Supersonics are shooting around 35% from the field so far. Inside. Here's Shepard. Pass to Capella. Shot from the low post is good.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Collier. Now here's Christie. Here's Wolf, defended by Eason. 4 on the clock. For 3, Collier. It's hauled in by Houston.
Nothing is going his way in this half offensively. Really having a hard time finding his shot.
1:31 left in the fourth. Here's Shepard. It's hauled in by Collier. Well, the Supersonics are shooting 27% here in the fourth.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Rockets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Amen Thompson.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Collier taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. Houston making some changes. Finney-Smith comes in for Green, and it's Davis in for Okogie. So he can't get either to fall. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Shepard to the paint. Outside Eason. Houston working the ball around. Tries to break his ice. And it's Shepard missing. Now here's Christie. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory. They controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Katie, you were able to clamp down defensively as the game wore on. What was the key there?
Well, we stayed patient. We could touch the shots. They hit some tough ones early on. And I think in the pick and roll, we made a solid adjustment. And we turned that around. Coach made a great adjustment, and we was able to get rebounds and go.
The patience was so important. It paid off. Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. And let's reveal our player of the game, Amen Thompson.